Keep it rolling here. After a slow start versus the Bengals, Bears rookie quarterback Caleb Williams turned it on in the first half. Williams displayed elite pocket awareness plus the ability to throw across his body on the run with accuracy. He had a ridiculous across-the-body throw deep into the sidelines to Rome Odunze. Tyreek Hill let his feelings be known about Caleb Williams on Saturday when he seemed to insinuate that the rookie was playing like a certain former teammate of his who's a three-time Super Bowl champ. We all know who that is. All right,
did he say
Stephen A.
three-time Super Bowl champ? Or did he just stop there? I don't think he mentioned the three-time Super Bowl champ. He said playing like and then ...
Yeah, he did.
Was it Patrick Mahomes? Because I was saying to myself, is he going to tell me he's playing like Tua? I was wondering about Tyreek Hill. Well, remember, he said that Tyreek Hill Tua was
No, he was insinuating Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, we know that.
He did say ...
Right.
He was not insinuating. That was a Patrick Mahomes play.
How do you know?
Because.
How do you know that Tyreek Hill was insinuating that?
Oh, my goodness.
He had, the man went there and compared Tua to Patrick Mahomes, you know.
I'm not an insider. I didn't call Tyreek and say, could you please finish the tweet for me?
Okay, well, I'm going to
I was just reading between the lines.
I'm going to call him. I might go see him.
Tyreek,
anyway, go ahead.
If you want to let us know,
Tyreek, text a brother. Let me know what you meant. Was it Patrick Mahomes or was it Tyreek?
No one was confused between Patrick Mahomes and Tua except for you.
We weren't. But I'm telling you, Tyreek does that.
Okay, by the way, we had Caleb Williams on our show, the NABJ show in Chicago.
Yeah.
Great guy.
And DJ Moore. Yep.
Yep. Who does he remind you of? Which quarterback?
To me, Shannon, Josh Allen. He looks a little big out there, can move, got a strong enough arm to make those requisite throws. What I was most impressed by, Shannon, was that I watched him in traffic. And that's what really did it for me. Watching him in traffic, feeling the pocket, feeling the pressure, his awareness. You know, when you sit there, you do a spin move, you get out of the pocket, you throw opposite side of your body, and you throw for a lengthy pass, and then I watched him scramble to his right and throw it, even though Odunze was outside of the end zone. But just watching him, looking at his athleticism, looking at his size, it reminded me a little bit, of a smaller man's version of Josh Allen. That's what I came away with.
Well, I can see some of the improvisational skills outside of the pocket. He did a great job of getting out of the pocket, throwing the ball, and I think that's where the NFL is heading. We've seen that trajectory over the last, say, decade. Guys that are mobile, that can throw the ball with accuracy outside of the pocket, rolling to their left, rolling to their right. I would like to see a lot more throws, Stephen A., from the pocket, but unfortunately he wasn't able to do that because the offensive line broke down. Give him credit for getting outside of the pocket. Give him credit for protecting the football. They've done a great job of surrounding him with talent. They got Cole Kmet. They traded for Keenan Allen. They extended DJ Moore. They drafted Rome Odunze in the first round, number 8 pick high up in the first round. So they've given him weapons. Now the objective is for him, because it's not going to be an easy division. You still have Green Bay in that division, who's going to be tough. You still have the Lions, who won that division last year. Now J.J. McCarthy goes out for the Vikings. We don't know what they're going to do there as far as the quarterback situation. They have Sam Darnold, they have Mullins, but we'll see. But right now, I like what I'm seeing from the rookie. He's making plays, but I want to see a little bit more from the pocket, Stephen A. You're not going to make a living. Now, you do need to be able to make those plays, because eventually the line is going to break down, somebody's going to get beat, and it's nice to be able to have that in your back pocket where you can escape left or right and throw the ball with accuracy and efficiency from different platforms outside of the pocket.
Okay.
But he does have a little bit of that. Stephen A., he's not quite the size of Josh Allen. Right. I don't think people realize just how big of a man Josh Allen is. Right. He goes about 6'5", 6'5 and a half, probably 250, 255. That's at the start of the season. You know it gets cold up in Buffalo, and people are not doing no extra cardio, so he might be 260, 265 by the time the season ends. He's a large man, but he can make those broken plays look very routine, just like Caleb Williams did.
So is that your comp? It's same thing as Stephen A. You're both saying Josh Allen?
No. I'm saying he reminds me a little bit of Patrick Mahomes because of the size. You know, Patrick Mahomes is not, when you look at him, he's not 6'4", 6'5". Patrick Mahomes probably goes about 6'2 and a half, 6'3". But I think Caleb Williams is probably around 6'1". So he's more like that. Josh Allen is a behemoth of a man. He can really run. He can hit his own head on the goalpost from 60 yards out. Both of these guys all three guys have strong enough arms to make plays outside of the pocket, within the pocket, can change arm angles. But yeah, he does remind you a little bit of that because you've seen Patrick Mahomes go left, run right, and then turn around and throw the pass. I think a couple of years ago he had a play similar to what Caleb Williams had the other day. He had one against the 49ers where he actually threw a touchdown and it counted.
Shannon, let me ask you this question. Not for debate. I just want to know. When you bring up Caleb Williams and you talk about how he's not going to be able to live off of that, here's my thinking, and I want you to correct me if I'm wrong. My attitude is the more a team has to focus on pocket containment, the more it compromises their secondary. Because you got to get more men up at the line of scrimmage. You're trying to have pocket containment. I know you're relying on your front four to some degree, but nevertheless, you usually need additional help. And the more people you take out of the secondary to come up to the line of scrimmage, because you engage in pocket containment, the more of an opportunity Caleb Williams will have.
Keep them in the pocket. And it's you're like, well, keep him in the pocket. Yeah, I trust them more in the pockets because I don't want them to escape the pocket and run the football, because now guys are going to start looking and coming up and they have the ability to throw the ball over your head. So that's what makes those guys so dangerous. That's what makes a quarterback that can escape the pocket and can also run the ball, because now not only can he run and he forces your defense to come up, he can then throw the ball over your head. So I'm going to force him to throw the ball from the pocket. At least I can keep him contained and I can keep all my eyes focused on him. I see where he is. Once he escapes the pocket, there's a two-way go for him. He can run the football, and then you got your defense like, okay, do I come up and attack him or do I sit back? And he puts you on your heels. And the last thing you want to do when you're playing a quarterback is have them put you on your heels. You want to do the attacking. You want to dictate what he's going to do, not allow him to dictate what you're trying to do. So if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm going to keep him contained. And if you watch them, how they approach Patrick Mahomes, how they approach Josh Allen, they do everything they possibly can. Because if you look at the last couple of years, what happened? Patrick Mahomes escapes the pocket, and now he took off running. He won the Super Bowl with 49ers with his leg, although he threw the game-winning touchdown. He did the exact same thing against the Philadelphia Eagles. And so the last thing I want to do, and we know what Josh Allen can do. No quarterback this few years in the league has as many rushing and passing touchdowns as Josh Allen. So you're asking for trouble, Stephen A., if you let these guys play on the edges, because they can run it or they can throw the ball over your head.
All right, yes or no question here, Stephen A. Bears NFC dark horse?
Yes.
Shannon, yes or no?
No, I like the Falcons. I know what Kirk Cousins is in the regular season. You look at Kyle Pitts, you look at Drake London, you look at Bijan Robinson. They brought in Raheem Moore. We know he can orchestrate the defense. He won the Super Bowl as the D coordinator with the Rams. I think, given that division, I like the Falcons. I think the Falcons are the NFC dark horse.
Interesting. That's fair. All right. There's been plenty of highlight reel moments, guys, in Patrick Mahomes' career. And then there was what happened on Saturday afternoon. Quick take for you in Arrowhead. On 3rd down and 3, the Kansas City Chiefs quarterback faked a handoff and then threw a behind-the-back pass to tight end Travis Kelce to grab the first down. You see it right there. Magic Mahomes at it again. I felt like I was watching the basketball court, Stephen A. What'd you think?
Oh, please. I mean, I couldn't believe how everybody going off about this over social media over the weekend. If the man threw a 10-yard pass behind his back, I get it. He threw it 2 feet, for crying out loud, and Travis Kelce scooped it up. Now, what you applaud Patrick Mahomes, because we all know he's the greatest right now, what you applaud Patrick Mahomes for is that he could take risks and take chances and do the spectacular anytime he wants to, because he has that kind of skill set and, most importantly, the cachet, because he's a 3-time Super Bowl champion and he's been to the AFC Championship game at the very least all six years of his career as a starting quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. But in the same breath, I'm looking at people over social media and they treating this, Shannon, like the brother threw, for 10 or 12 yards for a first down with the ball behind his back. It was 2 damn feet, for crying out loud. I mean, sometimes it just reminded me of years ago when Brett Favre, and our network was more guilty of this than anybody, Shannon. Brett Favre would sit up there and he'd be about to get sacked and throw an underhanded pass 3 yards. Oh, look at him throw an underhanded pass. Oh, look at him jump into the arms of his offensive lineman. I mean, the kid in him has never left. I used to watch us fawn over this brother time and time again. I was like, give me a break. And Patrick Mahomes is great. He's phenomenal. And he's done many, many, many great things. But the noise that's been made about this is just way, way extra to me. I'm sorry.
Stephen A., we've seen guys throw underhand passes. We've seen guys take the ball and put it in their non-dominant hand and throw a pass. You tell me in the 100-plus year history of the NFL in which you've seen a guy throw a ball behind his back, whether it's 2 feet, 2 yards, or 200 yards. When have you ever seen that before? And I'm not talking about Madden or 2K.
I don't recall, but that doesn't negate my point. It was there 2 yards.
Stephen A., think about what you're saying. In a game where men are actually trying to kill each other, figuratively, he threw the ball behind his back in an actual game.
Okay. I didn't say it wasn't a good play. I'm just talking about how everybody on social media, I mean, it's trending. I'm just sitting there like, I'm like, is he running for election or something? The damn thing is trending worldwide. For what? That's all I'm saying. I'm like, damn. He's doing that too behind the back pass 2 feet.
Stephen A., he threw the ball. You see behind the back passes in basketball. We've never seen one in football. Maybe in practice when guys are just, horse-tailing around. But in an actual game, even though it's preseason, you still have guys working on it. And we knew this was coming because they've shown clips of it in practice of Patrick Mahomes doing this pass behind his back. And we kept wondering, are we actually going to see this in a game? And I understand it's preseason, but for Andy to allow them, and this is how Andy keeps their attention. This is how he keeps them focused. He allows them to try things. And so they never know when they come to practice, Stephen A., what Andy has on the sheet and what he will allow them to do. And as long as you do your job, as long as you play hard, Andy's going to keep you engaged by allowing you to do things that no other coach. Man, if you tried that with any other coach, they're gonna run you up off. They're gonna run you out. Run you up out of practice, Stephen A.
I got Shannon right here. I got him right where I want him, Molly. I got him right where I want him. Shannon Sharpe. I don't even think that was the best behind the back pass this summer. Mr. James,
go ahead.
That behind the back pass in the Olympics. Oh yeah, that was the best behind the back pass. Now that was worthy of trending. That was trending material.
Look, we've seen Chelsea Gray have some of the great behind the back pass, the great WNBA guard with the aces. But we expect behind the back passes in basketball. You've never seen this. At least, Stephen A., you've got to be impressed just for the mere fact. And anytime it's something that you haven't seen or you're seeing it for the very first time, that makes it more impressive.